Okay, so hello, good day everyone. So this is hydraulics, now PCE 325, and this is our first topic for our finals. So our topic for this day is all about dams. First is let us try to define what is a dam. Okay, so dams are built for the purpose of impounding water, and dams are also subjected to water pressure on the upstream side and are analyzed by considering 1 meter strip of the dam. Okay? So, as you can see, no, dito sa diagram na nakikita ninyo, this is a perfect example of a dam. Ito, na nagko-conserve ng tubig natin. Okay? So, we have different uses of dams. First is for our irrigation, which is malaki yung tulong niya for our agriculture, no? Binibigyan niya ng tubig yung mga palayan natin or other agriculture works na need of water. Next is yung storage of water natin. So, kung malaki yung area na uh, ini-impound ng dams natin, no, para nagkakaroon tayo ng reservoir, no, which is yung pinag-uusapan natin during the prelim and midterm. Okay, again, so number 3, that is to generate electricity. No, alam naman natin there are some places na yung source of electricity nila is galing sa tubig, no? Next is increase the depth of waterways, which is yung dinadaanan ng mga bangka o ng mga barko natin. So kapag tinataasan natin yung depth of water natin, no, it is very possible na yung navigation natin sa waterways is possible. Next is recreational. Okay? Kasi there are some dams nga, no, na kapag maayos siya, malaki siya, yung area natin, parang nagiging lake or nagiging sapa ba, kung tawagin, yung ating dams or yung reservoir ninyo. So, we have lots, no, na different kinds of dams natin. Meron tayong arc dams, detention dams, embankment dams, steel dams, no, mga storage dams, ano pa ba? Yung mga cover dams natin, mga ganyan, no, kung isa-search nyo yan, no, kung research kayo, so makikita nyo yung different types of dams natin. But, for this day, ang i-analyze lang natin nga is all about the gravity dams. No, kasi pag-uusapan natin yung pag-resist ng dam mismo sa water pressure na ibibigay sa kanya. So let us try to define what is a gravity dam. A gravity dam is a type of dam that uses its gravity to resist the water pressure in the dam. So, parang yun lang din, no, yung definition niya. So, alam naman natin, no, na kapag water, the deeper na pupuntahan natin, di ba, sabi natin, habang lumalalim tayo sa tubig, the pressure increases. No, it is varying. Habang lumalalim, mas lumalaki yung pressure. So, ibig sabihin, kapag gagawa tayo ng dam, we need something or we need the type of dam na kayang i-resist yung ibibigay na water pressure sa kanya. No? So, one of this is the gravity dam. Okay? So, gravity dam is made of concrete. Okay? Because concrete is the cheapest material para gamitin natin. And, saan ba good ang concrete? If meron tayong pressure, no? Meron tayong water pressure, saan ba good yung concrete natin? Diba yung concrete natin is strong in compression. Tama yan. So, kung meron tayong mga tubig, i-compress niya or itutulak niya yung dam natin. No? So, kung itutulak niyo yung dam natin, if massive yung gravity dam natin because the concrete is good in compression, ibig sabihin, hindi magro-rotate yung dam. So, isipin nyo na lang, if yung dam natin is hindi siya massive or hindi sapat yung resistance niya sa pressure, anong mangyayari sa dam ninyo? It will rotate or it will collapse. Matutumba at matutumba yung dam ninyo. Kapag natumba yung dam ninyo, anong mangyayari? Ang mangyayari? That is, kakawala yung tubig. Madi-disperse yung tubig. No? So that is why ang gagamitin natin in analyzing dam is the gravity dam because it is massive, no? Mabigat ito, and the material is concrete because it is cheap and that is good in compression. Yun lang naman yun. So let us talk about the forces acting on the gravity dams. First is we have here your gravity forces, which is itong weight 1, weight 2, and weight 3. Pag-usapan natin mamaya. Hydrostatic force, that is your F1 and F2. Pag sinabi nating hydrostatic force, those are the forces sa tubig, no? That is during our prelim and midterm topics. Next is we have here your uplift force. So tingnan ninyo dito yung dam natin, no? Itong trapezoid na shape na nakikita ninyo, this is the dam and this is concrete again. So kindly take note that the specific gravity of our concrete is 2.4. Okay? So, tinawag itong gravity force because yan yung self-weight ng dam natin, rather. So, di ba, yung dam natin is nakapatong lang sa soil or nakapatong sa lupa. For example, ito yung lupa natin, ipinatong lang natin yung dam. So, ibig sabihin, sino ba yung makaka-feel ng weight ng dam natin? Sino ba? I think tama yung sagot no. Yung makaka-feel ng buong weight ng dam natin is yung base mismo natin, no? Kasi isa yan sa i-consider natin sa pag-analyze. So, pag sinabi natin gravity dam, those are the weight na kinikerry mismo, gravity forces rather, sorry. So, pag sinabi natin gravity forces, those are the weight na kinikerry mismo ng ating base. So, as you can see dito, meron tayong weight 1. So, yung trapezoid to, no, hinati ko sa dalawang shape para hindi tayo mahirapan mamaya sa centroid. So, meron tayong weight 1, which is the rectangle. Kinikerry siya ng base natin. You have here your weight 2, kinikerry din siya ng base natin. Question, di ba itong weight 1 and weight 2, those are the weight of your dam? Ma'am, bakit meron tayong weight 3? Di ba tubig naman to, ma'am? Water naman to, water surface. Bakit meron tayong weight 3, ma'am? O, ganito yan. Di ba itong side na ito is incline? Okay? And itong part na ito is nakapatong siya sa dam. So, tama bang sabihin na yung bigat ng part na tubig na ito, ipapasa niya sa dam, tapos yung bigat na dam, ipapasa niya sa base. Okay? So, nagme-make sense ba? Nagme-make sense. Kaya meron tayong W3. Okay? How about dito, ma'am? Bakit wala na tayong W4 dito na side, ma'am? Malamang sa malamang, it's because the weight of the water dito na side na ito is hindi naman nakapatong sa base, no? Na nilalagyan ng dam natin. So, hindi siya counted. Nagigets ba yon? Okay? Ano pa ba yung nakalimutan natin dito? Ito pala. No? So, if this is our dam, meron tayong fluid or meron tayong tubig dito sa left side, meron din tayong tubig dito sa right side. So, tatawagin nating upstream level or upstream side yung may mas mataas na water surface or mas mataas na water level. Tatawagin naman nating downstream yung side na kung saan mababa lang yung tubig. But there are some cases, most cases rather, na yung sa mga reference ninyo na wala lang downstream, no? So, palaging upstream na lang yung nandoon sa problem mismo. Okay? And additional na lang din dyan, no? Meron tayo ditong tinatawag na heel and toe. Parang sapatos lang to. No, paano bang gumawa ng sapatos? No, hindi man yan sapatos, ma'am. Ulitin natin. Basta para na lang yun siyang sapatos. Paano magawa ng sapatos? Yung ganyan. Baril man yun. Basta naintindihan mo, no? Ang heel and toe, pag sinabi nating heel, yan yung parang sa takong ninyo, and then yung toe ninyo, yan yung sa paa ninyo. Yung parang gano'n na lang ba? Imagine niyo na lang. No? Help me imagine na lang yung gano'n na case. So, paano ba natin i-arrange kung nasaan yung heel at nasaan yung toe sa dam natin? So, ito lang tandaan ninyo. Kung nasaan yung upstream side, doon nyo ilalagay ang heel. Kung nasaan ang downstream, doon natin makikita yung toe. Always yan. Okay? Kasi for example, ganito yung dam ninyo. Okay? And then, nandito yung upstream ninyo. Dito walang tubig. So, ibig sabihin, nasaan ang heel? No? Andito ang heel. Andito naman ang toe. So, depende. Nasaan yung upstream. And take note, no? Ang spelling natin ng heel is H-E-E-L. No? Kasi yung iba, yung spelling nila kapag nagki-quiz, ganyan na ba? No? So, mali yan, no? H-E-E-L tayo. Okay? Next is pag-usapan natin yung hydrostatic force. Yan yung forces na nakikita natin sa tubig. At ano ba yung formula niyan? That is gamma H bar A. And same sinabi ko kanina, not always dalawa yung hydrostatic force natin, no? Kasi pwede namang isang side lang yung may tubig. No? Dalawa yan because meron tayong water sa upstream, meron din tayong water sa downstream. Okay? So, uplift force, yung uplift force naman is nakikita natin sa ilalim ng dam natin. Okay? So, that is in a variable U. So, sabi natin, yung dam ninyo is nakapatong sa soil natin. So, when there is pressure na binibigay ng hydrostatic force natin, pwedeng mag-tilt yung ating dam. Tama? Pwede siyang mag-tilt na napapasukan tayo ng tubig dito sa baba. So, ibig sabihin, yung uplift force is para siyang singaw sa ilalim ng dam natin. Okay? Di ba that is moist kapag may singaw? No? So, yung singaw na yan, no, will give a force na tinatawag nating uplift force. Okay? So, let us talk about this one. No, since yung dam nga natin is nakapatong sa base natin at meron tayong mga forces na kino-consider. No, so, what if that yung mga forces natin is greater than sa forces na kayang i-resist ng dam natin? Anong mangyayari sa dam? No, pwede siyang mutuwang or pwede siyang mo-rotate, pwede siyang mo-collapse. No? So, yung tawag sa rotation ng dam natin is overturning moment. Sabi dito, it is the resultant moment that may cause rotation of the dam in the toe. So, always remember na yung rotation natin is laging nasa toe. Parang kayo lang ba, kung itutulak kayo, di ba paharap kayo natutumba palagi? Yung sa may toe ninyo ba, lagi. Okay? Okay, so pag-usapan natin yung mga forces na nagbibigay or that will cause an overturning moment. So, sabi dito, yung hydrostatic force 1 and your uplift force will give an overturning moment because they are overturning forces. And take note pala, no, yung pag-rotate ng ating dam is dito tayo sa toe, no? Kasi sa toe yung mas possible na pwedeng mag-rotate yung ating dam, no? Para kasi naka-hinge yung toe natin. Okay? So, bakit kaya? No? Kasi pwedeng itulak ng ating hydrostatic force 1 yung ating dam and pa sideways, and yung uplift force natin is pwede nga ring itulak pataas, no? That will cause rotation sa dam natin. So, if the forces 1 and yung uplift force natin will cause rotation sa dam natin, ano yung type of rotation ng overturning moment natin? Is that clockwise or counterclockwise? I think tama yung sagot ninyo. So, if your answer is clockwise rotation, that is correct. No? Ibig sabihin, your overturning moment is a clockwise rotation. So, since tayo engineers, no, nagde-design tayo or nag-a-analyze tayo ng mga infrastructure to resist failure or para maiwasan yung mga failure natin. So, since yung overturning moment is pwede siyang maging or isa siya sa mga rason kung bakit mag-fail yung dam natin. So, kinakailangan natin ng something to resist the overturning moment. At ano ang tawag doon? No? That is your resisting moment. Or pwede rin natin itong tawagin as your righting moment. So, itong righting moment natin will resist the overturning of our dam. So, if your overturning moment rotation is clockwise, ano naman yung magiging rotation ng ating resisting moment? Kasi i-resist yung overturning moment eh. Yes, that is correct. That should be counterclockwise notation. No? Para ma-resist nga. And, sino ba yung mga forces na magre-resist or magka-counteract doon sa forces na nagbibigay ng overturning moment? no? Those are the forces, which is your gravity force, which is the self-weight or the total weight na kine-carry ng base ng dam natin, and also the F2. Yung F2 natin is yung hydrostatic force 2 ninyo. Tutulong siya sa pagpigil ng pag-rotate ng dam natin. But, if wala tayong tubig sa downstream, ibig sabihin, wala tayong F2. No? So, ibig sabihin, yung magiging resisting moment or yung righting moment lang natin are those gravity forces only. Okay? Sana naintindihan yan. So, sabi dito, solving for the base reaction of the dam. Pinag-uusapan natin yung base ng dam natin. Okay? So, sa base ng dam natin, meron tayong reaction dito. No? So, ang reaction natin dito, sabihin natin, upward force is Ry, horizontal force is Rx. Okay? Take note, sa dam ito, sa base ng dam natin to makikita. So, kung i-isolate natin, no, pag sinabi natin isolate, i-cut natin dito sa base ng dam. Okay, isolate natin. And then, ito na yung magiging projection. No? Nandito yung hill. Hatiin natin to. Ito yung center line ng base ng dam natin. So, meaning to say, this is B over 2. This is B over 2. That is base over 2. Righting moment is clockwise. Resisting moment is counterclockwise. Okay. Now, always remember na yung magiging datum natin sa data natin is galing sa toe. So, kung kukunin daw natin yung vertical reaction of the base from the toe, the distance of that is x. Okay, the distance of your vertical reaction of the dam from the toe, that is x. So, kunin natin yung formula, no? Derive natin yung formula kung paano natin makukuha yung reaction, yung location na reaction of x natin. Kasi yun sabi, find the, distance of your Ry from the toe considering the base of the dam. So, let us try summation of moment at the toe equals to 0, taking clockwise as positive. O, di ba may Rx tayo dito? No, since there are no horizontal force tayong nakikita dito sa base ng dam, matik, no? Masabi natin dito pa lang sa base ng dam, okay? Rx equals to 0, it's because wala din tong vertical distance, no? So, that is Ry times x, ano pa ba? Plus your overturning moment, positive yan kasi clockwise, minus Rm equals to 0. Take note, yung x yung kinukuha natin ha, na formula. So, ilipat ko ito sa other side of the equation, magiging Ry times x is equal to negative Rm, magiging positive Rm. Positive Om, lipat natin, magiging negative Om. And then, divide both sides by Ry. Okay? Cancel. Therefore, we can conclude that the formula for the distance of your vertical reaction from the base, no, galing sa toe ninyo is Rm minus Om over Ry. So, ito na yung formula na i-memorize ninyo, no? Pinakita ko lang paano dinerive yung formula. Okay? So, from the center line, so, galing sa toe, x distance, makikita natin yung vertical reaction ng dam natin, base of the dam natin. So, how are we going to analyze the dam? So, these are some steps, no, na magiging guide natin. So, first step is consider 1 unit length of the dam perpendicular to the sketch and identify the heel and the toe. So, di ba, kapag kukuha tayo ng volume natin, that is base times height times length. According to the step number 1, always remember na 1 meter length of the dam yung kino-consider natin when analyzing. So, matik, yung value ng L natin is 1 meter or 1 unit. No? Pag sinabi natin 1 unit, depende. Pwede maging 1 inch, 1 foot, basta 1. No? Next step is to determine all the forces acting sa dam natin. The vertical force and the horizontal force. Anong forces yan? Yan ba yung reaction? Hindi. No? Determine all the forces acting sa dam. Yan yung gravity force ninyo. No? Double dapat to. Yung hydrostatic force ninyo. And kung may uplift man, no? Hanapin din natin yan. Next is the solve for the resultant force. That is your Ry and Rx. Next is moment about the tow. Makukuha natin yung overturning moment at yung righting moment. Factor of safety, no? Yan yung mga contingency natin para hindi manyari yung mga yung mga failure, no? Sa ating analysis. So you have factor of safety against overturning. So that is Rm over OM. So take note, kapag factor of safety, that is unitless. No? Since kilonewton meter divided by kilonewton meter, cancel yon. Factor of safety against sliding. So you have mu Ry over Rx. Yung mu ninyo, that is your coefficient of friction. Bakit? Ano ba yung friction? Diba yan yung pagkiskis between two bodies? So if this is the base of the dam and then nandito yung dam natin, no? May pressure, ibig sabihin pwedeng mag-move or pwedeng medyo mag-tilt yung dam natin. So magkakaroon ng kiskisan dito sa gitna. No, sliding, magsa-slide siya. So that is mu Ry over Rx. And the formula ng location ng Ry natin from the tow, bago lang natin dinerive, that is Rm minus OM. Okay? So aside from determining the value of our Rm, OM, Ry, and Rx, we need to determine also the value of your foundation pressure. Pag sinabi natin foundation pressure, yun yung nakikita natin sa baba ng dam ninyo. No? Para siyang uplift force, no? Na nandito sa baba ng dam natin. Okay. So, paano ba natin isa-solve yung foundation pressures sa ilalim ng dam natin? No? First is that we need to consider, no, na i-solve yung eccentricity natin. So, bakit ba kailangan yung eccentricity? Kasi 'di ba, if this is the base of your dam, ito yung center line natin, this is B over 2, B over 2, and then sabihin natin nandito yung Ry natin, no, or yung reaction ng base natin, and nandito yung ating distance. 'Di ba from the center line, kapag pupuntahan natin yung force, yan ba yung eccentricity natin? Parang sa ano ba? Sa hydrostatic forces on plane surfaces ninyo, this is your center line or your center of gravity. Nandito yung hydrostatic force. The distance between these forces and the center of gravity, that is your E or yung eccentricity. No? So, E natin, that is absolute value of x minus b over 2. Take note, absolute ito. It's because pwedeng maging negative yung answer. No? So, absolute natin yan para maging positive because we know that wala namang negative distance. So, how will we know, no, if yung force natin, yung pressure natin sa heel and toe is maximum or minimum? No? Kasi pwedeng manyari, no? Pwedeng manyari dito, sabihin natin, dito yung heel natin, nandito yung toe. Pwede yung pressure sa heel is minimum, and then pagdating sa toe natin, naging maximum yung pressure. Or vice versa naman, pwedeng minimum ang nasa toe, tapos maximum ang nasa heel na pressure natin. No, paano natin malalaman which is which? Ganito lang yan. Sabi dito, if Ry is nearer to the toe than the heel, therefore the maximum is nasa toe. Ibig sabihin lang pala nito, kung nasaan mas malapit yung location ng Ry natin, doon natin makikita yung maximum na foundation pressure. Pareha ito, no? This Ry is mas malapit, no? Makikita naman natin yung sa distance kapag na-solve natin yung value ng E mamaya at ng X, no? Itong Ry natin is mas malapit sa toe. Okay? So therefore, the maximum is at the toe. For this one naman, no, yung Ry natin is mas malapit sa heel. Therefore, the maximum foundation pressure is makikita natin sa heel. Okay? So, kaya pa ninyo? Kaya yan. Madali lang to, no? Basta ma-memorize nyo lang yung process. Okay? So, but wait, there's more. No? Kasi meron dito, 2 cases for your foundation pressure. No? So, you have 2 cases if your E is less than or greater than B over 6. That is case 1. So this is for your formula for your Q min, and this is your formula for Q max. That is Ry over B, 1 minus 6E over B. No? So ang pinagbago lang naman dito is ito lang, positive and negative. Okay? Case 2. Okay? Case 2 natin, if your eccentricity is greater than B over 6, matik, no? That your Q min is 0 kilopascal. KPA tayo. So, madali pala, no? Kapag case 2 tayo palagi, no? Bakit? Kasi, walang problema sa Q min. Matik, 0 na siya, no? Well, yung Q max natin, that is 2Ry over 3x. Okay? Again, paano mo malalaman if si heel or toe itong si Q min and si heel or toe naman tong si Q max? Madali lang. Tingnan lang natin yung location ng Ry. If Ry is nearer than the toe, therefore, toe is maximum. If Ry is nearer than the to the heel, therefore, Q heel is maximum. Gets? So, para mas maintindihan niyo, let us try to solve problem. No? Para ma-apply natin lahat ng steps na napag-usapan natin. Alright, question number 1, or I mean example number 1. Okay, so you have a concrete dam on the top and 4 meters at the bottom and 25 meters high and has a water of 20 meters deep acting on its vertical side. The coefficient of friction between the soil and the dam is 0.60 meters. So, find how far is the vertical resultant from the toe? So, ano yung tinatanong natin dito? Gano daw kalayo yung vertical reaction, no, galing sa toe, and that is x. Next is the soil pressure at the heel. That is your Q heel. And next is your Q toe, no, soil pressure. Next is factor of safety against sliding and factors of safety against overturning. Sige nga, for 1 minute or 30 seconds, try nyo i-drawing yung problem, no? Because kapag hydraulics and geotechnical engineering problems, mostly is situational, no? Puro worded problem, walang figure. So, kinakailangan yung intindihin kung ano yung gustong mangyari ng problem. Sige nga, 30 seconds lang. Okay, susubukan natin, no? Let us try to draw kung ano yung gustong mangyari ng problem. So, sabi niya, meron daw tayong 4 meters at the top and then 10 meters at the bottom, and the total height natin dito is 25 meters. And along with its vertical side, no? So, ibig sabihin, vertical side tayo dito, meron tayong 20 meters na tubig. O yan, 20 meters. Ibig sabihin, incline na to. O, tama ba yung graph natin? I think tama yan. So, take note, yung dam natin, di ba trapezoid yan? So, ang mangyari, no, kung hindi nyo ito babasahin ng maayos, pwede din kasing mangyari na yung dalawang side is naka-incline. No? Both sides ng dam natin is naka-incline. Pero dito kasi, specific ang problem, sabi niya may vertical side tayo. Okay? Susubukan natin siyang i-draw ulit. So, meron tayong dam. So, pagpasensya nyo na kung medyo tikwe yung pag-drawing. Okay, so this is 4 meters. So, hatiin na lang natin yung trapezoid para 2 shapes tayo. So, this is 4 meters. This is 6 meters. Total height natin, ilan nga yun? That is 25 meters. And sa vertical side natin, meron tayong tubig, no, na ang height is 20 meters. Okay. So, first question natin dito is to solve for the vertical reaction, the location of the vertical reaction of the dam. No? At ano ang formula ng x natin? That is Rm minus OM over Ry. So, assume na lang, no? Let us try to assume. Sabihin na lang natin na siguro nandito banda yung Ry. No, nandyan yung Ry natin. Oh, ito pala muna. No, kung nandito yung upstream natin, okay, nasaan yung hill? A or B? Ito, A, ano ba yan? A or B? Saan yung hill and toe natin? Yung hill na lang muna. Nasaan yung hill? A or B? Hindi ko naman kayo naririnig, no? Pero if your answer is A, that is correct. Nandito yung hill natin kasi nandito yung upstream. Therefore, nandito yung toe natin. And always remember, yung datum natin is nasa toe. So, if this is your Ry, ibig sabihin, nandito yung x na hinahanap natin. Okay? Ano nga yung first step natin? Diba? Our first step is that consider the length of the dam at 1 meter. Second step natin is to determine all the forces. Ano yung mga forces natin? Yan yung mga forces acting on the dam natin. Okay? So, that is, saan ba tayo dito? Green na lang. So, meron tayong weight 1 sa concrete natin sa dam. Meron tayong weight 2. Ano pa? Yes, meron tayong isa lang na hydrostatic force, F1. Okay? So, kunin muna natin. So, paano natin kunin yung value ng weight 1 and weight 2? Balik tayo sa, ano ba? Sa prelim. First topic sa prelim. Saan natin nakikita ang weight? Mass times gravity? May binigay bang mass? I think wala. So, hindi natin pwede gamitin yung mass times gravity. Saan pa? No? I think sinasabi nyo dyan is unit weight or specific weight. And that is correct. That is weight over volume. Then, kunin natin in terms of weight, that is gamma volume. So, take note that the specific gravity of concrete, that is 2.4. O, kunin natin yung weight 1. So, weight 1 is equals to gamma, volume muna tayo. So, gamma natin sa weight 1, that is 9.81 times, anong area times 2.4 pa pala. 2.4 times volume niya, area. Anong area natin? That is 4 times 25 times 1. O, saan galing yan? This is the base, this is the height, this is the length. Anong unit natin dito? Paki-solve nga yung value. Ilan yan? Paki-check na lang ha. Paki-correct. So, I think that is 2354.4 and that is kilonewton. Paano naging kilonewton? Unit weight natin, that is kilonewton per cubic meter times volume. Meters times meters times meter o cubic meter na to. Cancel. Okay? Naiwan is kilonewton. Alright? So, let us try to get weight number 2. Gamma volume pa rin. So, that is 9.81 times 2.4 times area nitong triangle na to. No? So, that is 1/2 times 6 na tayo. Yung base natin, 6 na. Times height ng dam, wag malilito sa 20 at 25. Dam yung kinukuha natin, no? So, height ng dam, that is 25. Times yung length, which is 1 meter. Value, ilan? Paki-check if that is 176.5.8 kilonewton. Okay? So, F1, kindly get your hydrostatic force. Formula natin, that is gamma H bar A. So, paki-pause yung video, no? Try nyo kunin yung value ng hydrostatic force. Okay? So, I think na-pause nyo yan. So, pwede pa rin akong mag-continue, no? So, value natin dito, tubig naman na tayo, no? That is 9.81 times, anong H bar? That is 20 over 2. At ano yung area? O, that is 20 times 1. I know, maraming nalito sa area, no? Kung babalikan natin yung ating hydrostatic force on plane surfaces. Diba ito yun? Yan yung arc natin na kinoconsider. Height niya is 20, length niya is 1. I hope di yan nakalimutan. No, that is equivalent to how much? 1962 kilonewton. Okay? So, kung nalilito, no, pagdating dito sa area, so pwede ko kayong turuan pa ng isa pang process, paano pang kunin yung hydrostatic force, which is, i-consider natin yung free body diagram natin. Okay? So, yung free body diagram natin, sabi natin that is varying. Pag sinabi natin varying, habang lumalalim tayo is lumalaki yung pressure. So, di ba lahat ito is pressure? Pressure yung lahat nandyan. So, ibig sabihin, yung base ng free body diagram na ito is pressure. Tama ba? I think tama, no? And the formula for pressure, that is gamma H. O, kunin natin yung base. So, that is 9.81 times, ano yung height ng tubig natin? 25? Hindi. Yung height ng tubig, that is 20. So, ilan yung base dapat ng ating free body diagram ng varying natin? That is 196.2. Ano yung unit? Kilonewton per meter squared, or that is kilopascal. Ma'am, mali ma'am. 1962 man ang sagot, ma'am. Oh, relax lang, no? Kasi pressure pa lang yung nakuha natin. Ngayon, tingnan natin ulit yung free body diagram, no? Isolate ko yung free body diagram para mas klaro siya. Di ba ito na yung free body diagram ninyo? O, ang height nito is 20. Yung base nito is 196.2 kilopascal, no? Or kilonewton per meter squared. Tama ba? No? Kunin natin yung F1 ulit. So, using the area lang. Ano ba yung area niyan? Di ba triangle yan? So, that is 1/2 times base natin na 196.2 kilonewton per meter squared times yung height natin na 20 meters times yung length natin na 1 meter. O, cancel na to. Ang maiwan na lang is kilonewton. So, ilan yan? I think that's the same, no? That is 1962 kilonewton. So, either way, no? Parehas lang yung magiging sagot. So, kayo na bahala kung saan kayo mas kampante, no? If the first solution or second solution for the hydrostatic force. Okay. Dami natin pinagdaanan, pero hindi pa natin nasa-solve yung value ng x. So, ano ba yung kailangan ng x? That is Ry, Rm, and Om. So, simulan natin sa pagkuha ng Ry. Paano ba natin makukuha yung Ry? So, using the equilibrium equation, no? That is, summation of forces vertical is equal to 0, taking upward as positive. So, you have Ry minus W1 minus W2 equals to 0. Sila lang naman yung may mga vertical forces, no? O, W1 natin. O, ito yung value ng W1. Value ng W2. So, kindly get the value of Ry. Ilan yung Ry? Is that 4120.2 kilonewton. Kung medyo mabilis yung computation, no, pause nyo na lang muna para mahabol nyo. Tapos, kapag meron na kayong sagot, play nyo lang ulit yung video. So, how about sabihin natin na meron tayong Rx, no? So, paano nyo kunin yung Rs ninyo? That's just summation of forces horizontal equals to 0. Take it to the right as positive. So, as you can see, isa lang naman yung ating horizontal force, F1 lang, no? So, therefore, Rx is equals to F1. And that's equivalent to 1962 kilonewton. Oh, check na tayo sa Ry. Okay, let us try to get your overturning moment. Okay, overturning moment is clockwise. Ito yon, OM. And then meron tayong writing moment, RM. So, para maging positive na lang lahat yung values natin, yung OM, equate ko na lang lahat, no? Para add-add na lang tayo dito mamaya. No? Parehas lang naman yon. So, since wala namang uplift force na binigay sa problem, okay, hindi naman na-mention sa problem na may uplift force tayo, diba? So, sino lang yung makakapagbigay ng overturning moment sa atin? Sino yung force na makakapag-overturn? Hindi na ninyo nakikita yung figure. Sige, drawing natin ulit. Ito yung dam. Okay, ito yung F1. Meron tayong W1 and W2. So, take note, yung RY natin is hindi siya kasali, okay? So, magbibigay ng rotation because yung RY natin, reaction yan ng dam. Okay? Hindi yan yung force na tutulak sa dam ninyo. No, reaction yan ng base ng dam natin. Okay? So, wala tayong uplift force. Dito, walang tubig. So, sino ba yung magkakos na rotation? Si F1. Very good. That is correct. So, kapag nagmo-moment tayo, that is the force times its perpendicular distance. And take note, lahat ng moment natin is papunta sa toe. Okay. So, if you have F1, ano yung magiging moment arm natin? Diba, naka-represent to as a varying diagram o triangle yan. Nandito yung force natin. Ano yung centroid ng force, ng location ng force natin pababa? Is that 1/3 or 2/3? 1/3 tayo, no? So, that is 1/3 of ilan? 25 ba? No, 20 lang. No? Kasi yan lang yung height ng hydrostatic force natin. Okay? So, ilan? I think that is 13,080. So, anong unit ng moment natin? That is kilonewton times meter. Okay? So, how about RM? Sino lang yung magre-resist? Anong mga forces yung magre-resist sa ating overturning moment? That is your weight 1 and weight 2. O, dito tayo. Okay? Unahin natin yung weight 1. Ano yung magiging moment arm ng weight 1 papunta sa toe ninyo? Okay? Ano ba yung centroid ng rectangle? Diba? That is B over 2. So, B over 2 plus itong distance na ito papunta sa toe. So, basically, that is, diba 4 man atong base natin? So, that will be 4 over 2 plus 6. Kasi papunta tayo sa toe. 6 meters man to. Tama? Okay, so equate na lang din natin agad yung RM, no? Para lahat tayo is positive na lang. Next is yung weight 2. Ano yung magiging moment arm ng weight 2 natin? O, nandito yung centroid niya. Papunta sa toe. The farthest distance, ano yan? That is 2/3 naman tayo. 2/3 of what? 2/3 of 6. Very good. Okay? So, yan yung weight 1 and weight 2. Pakikuha ng RM natin. So, that is equivalent to, pakicheck na lang ha, if tama yung value, that is 25898.4 kilonewton meter. Okay? So, now, we have our RY, we have our OM, we have our RM. Pwede na ba natin makuha yung location? Daming pinagdaanan, no? Location pa lang, yung hinahanap natin. Sige. So, kindly solve for the value. Pause nyo lang muna habang nagkakalkyo. Okay? And I think the answer for the location, no, ng ating vertical force, reaction from the base, no, that is 3.111 meters. And that is your answer for letter A. One question pa lang, pero ang haba na ng process. But it's very easy, no? Procedural lang, answer. So, kailangan nyo lang dito is maging maingat kung paano kunin yung mga value ng forces natin. Kasi kung mali yung force ninyo, wala na, mali na lahat. No? Okay. Next question natin is, ano ba? What is the soil pressure, what is the pressure sa heel and what is the pressure at the toe? Okay? Okay, so next question is to identify the value of your Q heel and the value of your Q toe. So, paano ba natin sisimulan hanapin yung foundation pressure niyan? That is to solve for the value of your eccentricity. No? So, kung i-isolate natin again yung base ng dam natin, okay, nandito yung heel, nandito yung toe. Sabihin natin, this is the center line. So, 10 meters yung total ng base natin. Tama ba? So, hatiin natin. This is 5 meters. This is 5 meters. So, from the toe, makikita natin yung RY ninyo, which is the distance is 3.111 meters. At yung eccentricity natin is makikita natin from the center line papunta sa RY. Ito yung E. So, sabi natin, no, masosolve lang natin yung soil pressure kapag alam natin yung value ng E, no, or ng eccentricity ninyo. Okay? So, what is the formula of your eccentricity? That is the absolute value of x minus b over 2. So, paki-compute. So, the total value is 3.111 minus 10 over 2, and that is equivalent to 1.889 meters. Okay? So, di ba sa pag-identify ng ating minimum and maximum pressure, meron tayong case 1 and case 2. So, paano ba yun? Sabi dito, if your eccentricity is less than or equal to b over 6, that is case 1. But if your eccentricity is greater than b over 6, therefore that is, ano yun? That is case 2. Okay? So, yung eccentricity natin, okay? So, yung eccentricity natin, that is 1.889 rather. And yung b over 6 natin, ilan ba yung b over 6? 10 divided by 6. 1.667. No? So, ano tayo dyan? Greater than or lesser than? I think that is greater than. No? Eccentricity is greater than 1.667. Therefore, that is case 2. No? Yung pinakaswerte na case. Bakit pinakaswerte na case? No? Kasi kapag case 2, Q mean matic, that is 0 kilo Pascal. And yung Q max natin, that is 2RY over, ano ba yun? 2RY over, bakit yan? 2RY over 3X dapat. Okay? So, yung RY natin kanina, that is 4120.2. Yung X natin, that is 3.111. So, ilan dapat yung Q max natin? So, that is 2 times 4120.2 divided by 3 times 3.111. So, that is 882.932 kilo Pascal. Okay? Pero, yung tanong kasi, hindi naman sinabi sino si minimum, sino si maximum. No? Ang tinanong, sino si Q-heel at sino si Q-toe. So, based sa principle na sinabi natin kanina, paano ba natin malalaman which is which? Sino si maximum, sino si minimum? No? Parang tongue twister. No? So, madali lang yan. Titingnan lang natin yung, titingnan lang natin yung location kung nasaan mas malapit yung RY. Okay? So, nakikita naman natin, no? That your RY is nearer sa toe. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? If yung RY natin is mas malapit sa toe, ibig sabihin, yung toe natin is maximum. No? Makikita natin yung maximum sa toe. Therefore, the value of your Q toe is 882.932 kilo Pascal. And yung soil pressure naman natin or yung foundation pressure natin at the heel, that is 0 kilo Pascal. So, kung i-draw natin yan, no, pakidraw na lang ng maayos sa notes ninyo, no, mga notebooks ninyo, ganito yan. No, triangle tayo kasi 0 dito, dito is 882. Okay, pakiayos na lang sa notebooks ninyo, ha, pagsulat. Okay, so, nakuha na natin yung sagot. No, very easy. Ito na. Okay, answer na yan. Okay, last two questions is to solve for the factor of safety. So, let us try to solve for the factor of safety against sliding. No, that is mu ry over rx. So, nasa problem that your coefficient of friction given is 0.6. your RY is 4120.2, and your Rx is equals to F1, which is, I think, 1962. Okay, can you solve for the factor of safety? That is equivalent to 1.26. Answer na yan. Okay? So, again, take note that factor of safety is unitless. No? Kilonewton divided by kilonewton. O, cancel lang yan. Next is the factor of safety against overturning. Meron tayong formula na RM over OM. Okay? Your writing moment, no? Value of that is 25898. 0.2, yun yung na-solve natin kanina, divided by your overturning moment, which is 13,080. So, no unit pa rin, no? Unitless pa rin kasi kilonewton meter divided by kilonewton meter. Cancel, cancel. So, unitless talaga yung factor of safety natin. Ilan yan? That is 1.98. No? I think 1.98. And that is the answer. Very easy. Okay? So, I think, no, dito natatapos yung discussion natin about sa dam. So, you just need to memorize the step. No? It's either way, kahit saan naman, kahit anong step yung unahin mo, okay lang. Basta don't forget the step number 1 and 2, which is yung length natin is 1 meter. No? Ibig sabihin, yung mga forces na nakuha natin is every 1 meter of the dam. Okay? And then, first nyo talaga na gagawin is to get the value of the weights, the gravity force, and the hydrostatic force. And then, paano kapag binigyan kayo ng uplift force? No? So, ito na. So, you have your first assignment for finals. Okay? So, where you're going to find the following. Okay? So, dito, ano na yung pinagkaiba ng problem? Tingnan niyo. Almost the same lang siya, pero meron na tayong uplift force na 60%, no? At the heel and 0% at the toe. So, that is your assignment on how you are going to apply the uplift force sa baba. No? So, saan nyo makukuha yung uplift force? Siyempre, sa tubig, no? Sa hydrostatic force ninyo. So, that is your assignment. But, we will discuss that one also, no? During our face-to-face class sa sunod na schedule. Okay? So, write this one on a short newsprint or short bond paper. So, if you have any questions and clarifications about the topic, no, you may visit me sa faculty para personal, no, na mag-ask, or you can message me. No? But don't forget lang, no, to greet every time na meron kayong concern, no, hindi yung chat lang na parang barkada. At least lang naman, no, give respect lang pa din. Or, refrain na lang din siguro to chat late at night, no? Yun lang. But, I am willing naman na sagutin kayo sa messenger if you are going to PM me. Okay? So, that would be all. So, thank you everyone. See you next time and God bless.